Drill music, pop that pill music, kill music. Desecrating the temples in the ghetto, funeral processionals increase their frequency because we can't break the spell of Geppetto. No one knows, and scrolls of obituaries contain more words than dictionaries that will define how lions in Zion became alley cats, who traded their baseball bats for gats that spat blood of the people across steeples and concrete jungles that turned playgrounds into graveyards, that buried generations of black and brown men who left their post because they were misguided by ghosts in the land of the living. Ready, aim, fire. Wanna beat a block but can't buy the block, bulldozing the block, making the Red Sea choke on bones of drones sent by PPP loans to see how you spent the money. Left, left, right, left, to figure it out while the ancestors watch and aid those who call out to them. Through altars, payphones, saxophones, bottles of liquor, glasses of water, the sum of a son and a daughter equals new life, the Holy Trinity. He was a baby boy, but he was kin to me, born to Basima and Hamza the lion, who said, store your water in the basement because one day it will be scarce and polluted. He said one day grocery stores will be barren. Learn how to grow your own food and don't get caught staring down the barrel of a gun. Learn how to run underground drills in Zion. To be reborn lest you be scorned by the ways of the wicked who pillage our communities and natural resources for profit. He said, my children, each of you are prophets. Don't let money be the sum of your deeds. Pull the weeds from your mind. Look to the front, the side, and behind. You each have blades that will drill a new earth. Manifest the new world that Columbus thought he found. Band together to reverse the weather, to unite the seeds of the oppressed. Stand together and work righteously to be blessed for generations to come. Drill down. Zion is in you.
If you had to paint the gutter, which color would you choose? Said the patron to the painter said the blues. Do you act off intuition or languish and peruse? More like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood. He looked back at his canvas or strangling a tube. A master of the palette, all sanguine and cool. The music mostly jazz, the jazz mostly old. Punctured by some punk and some old smoky soul. An atlas on the trunk from the land of broken goals. Just a cover in the back that you open and you close. Where are all the pages? The painter said defanged. I ripped them all out and made some paper planes. Fish grease absorbers and some origami cranes. Poured itself a drink and then poured it down the drain. Looked at the empty canvas, said I think I have a name. I'll call it gasoline, pouring on the flames. Hey. I appreciate the visit, this isn't normally allowed. Do you consider yourself wild or conforming to a style? The patron pointed at a pile of those rejections or mistakes. The painter said that is not for question or debate. Most of what we know as art is the projection of a faith. The product of a pontiff for the election of a saint. A gift from the red for the digestion of the caint. A visual garnish for the confessions of the frank. Displays of physical carnage, make connections to the ranks. Goes over very well with South Americans and Yanks. Not to sound shamanistic, but there's medicine in paint. It gets kinetic if you let it, there's a fetish in its strength. Martyrdom will call, Russian roulette is in the flanks. And most will pull the trigger if the weapon's full of blanks. But when there's a pool of sharks and you step into the tank, That's the pool of art that got them headed to the plank. But they fell for the deceptiveness of the secularist complaint. The upheaval of the cathedrals into the edifice of bank. That pile over there is just the evidence of angst. The failed revival of a perfectionist when his efforts have just sank. A selection of the waste that lacks direction or a base. You lose all of the plots for the affections of a race. Man does not become superior because you connect him to a cape, nor does become inferior because you connect him to an ape. I never wanted my life to be a collection of some dates and holiday my days away and intellectually sedate. It's not really a beef, but conceptually at stake. Like do genitals and gender roles successfully conflate? The current art world is just competitively opaque. It never ceases to amaze. My mouth is medically agape. One day it's raising up the brand, the next it's shredding it to flakes. And the velocity of trends is what referees the pace. Professionally accept what ethically I hate. So in all of my work you see this wrestling with fate. It's even in the brushstrokes how aggressively I strafe. Less like putting on some makeup, more like severing a face. Wow, said the patron with a smile. That's the most interesting diatribe I've heard in a while. How you articulated the nature and put it all on trial. Took it up to heaven, then put it on the ground. The painter asked the patron, can you stand up on the pile? I've had a flash of inspiration, my creativeness aroused. The model took its place, the painter grabbed the lighter, doused the shit in gasoline and set it all on fire. Compose yourself like a self-aware opera conjurer in the zone like Sonic that produced me a sign of the end times. In time to make profit off the t-shirts and monetize all the research, then leave earth feet first. Breach, behold, whites get whiter in the cold, and colors don't fade in the bleach. Applause, then fall through a man-made south, talking to a doll at the pancake house. They bring the lightsaber, so bring the lampshades out. Move to say something lewd on the news, and move like views on the cruise, and fuse like cues in the use.
What side are you on? We're getting warmer, cause I can't hold on. Are you close to me? Sunset so long, and can you call me? Cause I lost my phone. Should I wait for you, or should I go home? But I can't function, these drugs are too strong. I'm seeing stars now, but I'm still unknown. Out here alone.
Mates for life, chillin' like space with ice. High as a cape, snakes hiss like air at the Sinclair. When you put it in their face like skincare, but they just take them on like a hinge chair. I done that, I been there. This a comeback, let me unpack and unwrap souvenirs. Free as the speech on the untap, flat like time on the run. Why you bring a host to a gun rack? That's the alpha and omega, that's the vodka and the vomit. Why you playing soccer with the Sonics? That's the iPod to the Amish. You should get involved with the honest, where everything's honored like Elijah Muhammad. Mixed with the Pontiff, hooked on phonics. Let's be liars.
That's not chronic, condone Islamic, cause it's haunted. Boo, boo, boo.
What side are you on? Am I getting warmer? And I can't hold on. Are you close to me? The sunset's so long. And can you call me? Cause I lost my phone. Should I wait for you? Or should I go home?
I can't function these drugs.
I've always loved you.
Sun God Sam in the California drug deals. Raindrop Wayne in the Bangkok love bills. Hoeing, she knows that I'm crooked like on, but she's still going like a paradox. Parasite, no it ain't right with a fan. Now she knows that I'm horny like Triceratops. Together, but separated like a pair of socks. Wow, like Pot using both hands, and his head is the O. I only follow escorts now. Call it sticking to the programs. Fucking all the police, addicted to the pole dance. Come here like Pol Pot. You love it over here like Gold Watch. I would treat the box like it's UPS. I would treat the box like a sneakerhead. If you shake and throw it like a match with a cigarette, then drop it like a match on the gas trail. Fix another round for the mob. You the bomb like your heart up and down to the guard to the backfill. Still wanna put my meat up in your V like a Maxwell. Stick a fork in it, dog. It's important to y'all, but it's pork in it, so it ain't important at all. It's all underground layer with a torch in the hall. When unfortunate calls from the horoscopes, cards, and the fortunes and balls. Outfit so small, saw a portion of draws. Career slide off the track and put the Porsche in the wall like skirt, 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 skirt.
Getting warmer, cause I can't hold on. Are you close to me? The sunset's so long. And can you call me? Cause I lost my phone. Should I wait for you? Or should I go home? But I can't function. These drugs are too strong. I'm seeing stars now, but I'm still unknown. Out here alone. Sunset so long.
I'ma just go, and then we'll figure it out from there. Say form follows function, and if you just function properly, then things will form themselves. Yeah, it's kinda what it is. So on that note, America's most. Well, first off, gotta send shout-outs to my niggas, then shout-outs to my inner demon that be creeping around my temple, ready to set me off like Vivica Orr. Make me cross like a crucifix of all. The legs on the Buddhist sitter, deep in thought, thinking as deep as the sea is salt. And they sink in the same sea that we walk. Not that we Jesus, we just don't wait till it thaws. But you can't hold my hand like applause, pause, with no homophobia involved. Now if I would've said that you can't hold my balls like VFW halls, that would've been the call. But no, you can't see in eyes, but we can see in y'all's. You can't see in eyes, cause eyes is Kingdom Hall. Yeah, just like that. You just let it roll. You know? Yeah. And check it. So, So when that pond thaws and it's no longer Gretzky, that's when we jet ski. I gotta catch up to myself, I kinda left me. Are the windows still blocked up? Let's see. Maybe see something we couldn't view before. Been in the stew all day, cooking food for thought. Now out the soup du jour for you and yours. Might find sushi for your soul. We call that moving raw. Lions won't cross the line, cougars won't move a paw. Chickens won't cross the road, dogs won't roof at all. Always half flow, just out of the front door, roof and walls. Hotter than the fire that into which Cooper falls. But that's only if you're super dog. Sicker than when you use your dog to do assaults. You can never really tell just who the fraud. Truth might still be a lie like true or false. That's why I never really trusted unless it's Lou and Dawes. Sponsored by me, and of course you know who enforced. Now that's 3 me's, like you warming up your vocal cords. Add a 4th if your vocals hoarse, like Mr. Ed. Get out of pocket, have a horseless head in your bed. Now that's what I call a good night's rest. You know, displays like that, where you just let it flow, where you sit back and just let it go, you know? Yeah, and now my vocals warm, at a 5th and a 6th, now I'm ready to perform. The Buddha said that I am not reformed. If I ever be reborn, I'll keep coming back as me. Well, don't forget the other 5 as weave the most wanted Angelina Jolie's and Morgan Freeze. Send it round the room like we smoking trees. But it's no purple in the circle and it ain't no rolling bees. Just spoken words, thought-provoking reads. Hydro, I'm still strolling on the seas. I low like the lotion from the leaves. And to achieve, it took a lot of token like Chuck E. Cheese. All without touching weed. But I'm still hungry and I'm having lunch for 3. This is my form, now what the function be? And art what I draw. What I say like a motion heat. Good night, niggas, go to sleep. You know, it's like form follows function. And if you function properly, then the form will come out of it. And whatever it is, it just be what it is. You know. What they think are islands are much more in their size and bountiful and plentiful and resource to provide them. Supply slim, morale once so heavily inside them, not steadily declining. Return is not an option as necessity denies them. With this they choose to dive in, not along the shore and so aware of their arriving. Are the children of this land prepared to share in their surviving? A pageantry of feather stands as majesty with treasure, not the material things of kings that could never last forever, but secrets of the spirit world and how to live in harmony together. Unbeknownst to him, his head would be the first that they would sever. And stuck upon the pike along the beach, kept as a warning to the rest to turn away from their beliefs. And so began it here, and for 500 years, torture, terror, fear, till they nearly disappeared. From the trade of human beings, a slave labor force provides wealth to the machine and helps the new regime establish and expand using manifest destiny to siphon off the land from native caretakers who can barely understand. How can land be owned by another man? Warns one cannot steal what was given as a gift. Is the sky owned by birds and the rivers owned by fish? But the lesson when not heeded for the sake of what's not needed. You kill but do not eat it. The excessive and elitists don't repair it when they leave it. The forests were cleared, the factories were built, and all mistakes will be repeated by your future generations, doomed to pay for your mistreatments. Foolishness and flaws, greed and needs and disagreement, and in your rush to have the most. From the day you left your boats, you'll starve but never die in a world of hungry ghosts.
This world, my heart, my soul, the things that I don't know. The icicles they grow, they never let me go. The scars are left as proof, the tears they so cold.
As archaeologists dig in the deserts of the east, a pit 100 meters wide and 100 meters deep, they discover ancient cars on even older streets in a city well preserved and most likely at its peak. A culture so advanced and by condition of the teeth, they can tell that they were civil, not barbaric in the least. A society of peace with liberty and justice for all, neatly carved in what seems to be a wall. They would doubt that there was any starvation at all, that they pretty much had the poverty problem all solved from the sheer amount of paper most likely used for trade. Everything so organized, they had to be well behaved. Assume they had clean energy, little to no enemies, very honest leaders with overwhelming sympathies. Religion's kinda complex, kinda hard to figure out, but this must be their temple, this white house.
This world, my heart, my soul, the things that I don't know. The icicles they grow, they never let me go. The scars are left as proof, the tears they so cold. Things I've done, I know, my unforgivable you.
Let me clarify the chorus and what my Cold War is, cause the complexity's enormous. Using one of my greatest losses with eyes like faucets to reinforce every single word that I talk with. Something about losing things, human beings, that reduces things to their most elementary. Find yourself where you never meant to be, with the energy of memories as the sole force of what's behind killing me. Finding pleasure in the pains, like finding desert in the rain. Twisted, how this world can drive you masochistic. Question if I'm over it, or if I'm numb because I'm closureless. All my closures that we all gotta go and shit render me motionless, but moving at the speed of running over it. Still happy that I opened it.
Ain't nobody wins like the government in the USSR. Cause this is a lose for shares. Nobody cares who you think you are. And you can fight it, but there's no defense for what things are. Baby, grab the check, give it to go.
In the studio writing these words one after another in memorial of my brother. As you listen to the album with nothing on the cover, I imagine that he hovers right in back of this chair, floating right there in the air, nodding his head to the music. I slightly lose it, ask why do I put myself through this? Crack a smile, look up at the foul. waveforms on the screen of me trying to tell you what I mean. But I feel it's all lost, or maybe that it's all got across. He's happy with his dedicated song, and now he's all gone. But he was never there, cause he was everywhere, nowhere, and down here. Maybe on that judgment day, rise up. We'll both open our eyes up, climb up, hoping God forgives us for our tendencies, wipes away our cool young history. Yeah,
and nobody wins like the government in the USSR. Cause this is rules for checks. Nobody cares who you think you are. And you can play it, but there's no defense for the things baby, grab a check, give it to Coco.
Ride, you know what I'm saying? All over the world, right? I mean, everywhere. I mean, we just disappear and just come back. I feel like you can just put him anywhere. He find his way back home. You know what I'm saying? Little random things that consequence to me, but maybe to you, not much. But with that said, the reason behind me, why I do what I does. Love. We should ride around bumping that either Jay or Nas or me. I used to tell him like, yeah, you alright, but you ain't fucking with my man. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was always like that. So, drop a little for you. Let it bump. It's that Esco music. It's that Esco music. Bumping with my Esco music. That raw. See you on the other side. Sound like